Welcome to this episode of Strategy Simplified. Today, I'm breaking down the bridge programs. These are 1 to 5 day summer programs offered by top consulting firms specifically for advanced degree candidates. Application deadlines are right around the corner. You're not going to want to miss this overview and some best practice tips for applications and interviews. Let's dive in. Advanced degree candidates, this is your time to shine. That's right, I'm looking at you, PhDs, JDs, and MDs. Bridge to BCG, McKinsey Insight, and Bain ADvantage application deadlines are right around the corner. What are Bridge to BCG, McKinsey Insight, and Bain ADvantage? They are 1 to 5 day summer programs where advanced degree candidates, like you, can get an inside look at BCG, McKinsey, or Bain. The work, the people, the culture, and more. Heads up though, these summer programs are highly competitive, but they're worth pursuing because they give you a leg up during the end of the summer when it's time to apply for full-time roles. In most cases, you are guaranteed a first-round interview for a full-time role after you complete the program. So what are these so-called bridge programs? Honestly, they're a chance for the firms to wine and dine you. At either BCG, McKinsey, or Bain, you'll have lavish dinners, you'll solve some simulated case problems that aren't really that difficult, and in essence, you'll just get to schmooze with current consultants. Go, have a good time, enjoy the swag bag, get to know a little bit of the culture of one of these top 3 firms, and then set yourself up for success in the full-time interviews that are coming later this summer. Sound like a pretty good deal? Yeah, we think so too. The firms definitely do not pay us to share about these programs. We just strongly believe that there are fantastic opportunities for PhD or other advanced degree candidates to make a transition to consulting. And we understand if you're an advanced degree candidate, you have directed your whole life towards a career in academia, law, or medicine. It's a big decision to make the transition. Why are we such big proponents, though, of the transition? Because if you don't want to stay in academia, law, or medicine, there is no better place to transition to than consulting. It buys you time to figure out what you really want to do, gives you great branding on the resume, fantastic compensation, and amazing training for future business leadership. Do I have you sold? Great. Well, let's figure out who's eligible for Bridge to BCG, McKinsey Insight, and Bain ADvantage. If you are a PhD, JD, or MD candidate planning to apply for full-time consulting positions that start later this year or in 2023, then you're eligible to apply. Let me put it another way. If you're in the penultimate year of your program, you're eligible to apply. If you're looking to start earlier, then you are an experienced hire. If you're graduating this year and looking to start a full-time role almost immediately, then you should pursue the experienced hire pipeline. If you're not yet ready to start a full-time role, either later this year or in 2023, then you're not yet eligible for these bridge programs. Okay, now that we've determined who's eligible, let's talk about how to stand out in the application process. BCG, McKinsey, and Bain all require 1 to 2 page business-focused resumes. And let me just let you in on a little secret. While each firm will let you know that a 2-page resume is all right, 1 page is ideal. Here's the thing. These resumes need to be focused less on your scientific, medical, or legal expertise, and more on the career impact that you've achieved and the transferable skills that will help you as a consultant. What are some of those transferable skills? Quantitative analysis, research, client management, problem solving, process improvement, team leadership, and more. More than likely, you possess these skills. You just may not realize it. We work with hundreds of advanced degree candidates a year who have these skills buried in some random bullet point halfway down the resume. It's not that you don't possess the skills, it's just that your resume and application don't emphasize them. It's why our editing services are so popular. We expand and build on the most relevant pieces of your experience to help you stand out in the application process. We'll be right back after this short break.
If you want to put your best foot forward in applications to McKinsey, Bain, or BCG's bridge programs, work with MC on a custom resume edit. Note, this isn't a review, it's a custom edit. We do the work to transform your resume, to emphasize your transferable skills, and to highlight the impact you've achieved in your time in academia, law, or medicine. If you have a deadline coming up, you can even expedite the edits. We can complete both rounds of edits within 48 hours. To learn more and purchase today, see the link in the show notes.
So once you get an interview, what can you expect? Each program will require you to navigate up to 2 rounds of a case interview, and all 3 firms, as well as myself and our team here at Management Consulted, recommend that you start your case prep immediately. Why? The best performing candidates practice for at least 4 to 8 weeks, and many of you advanced degree candidates come from non-business backgrounds. The case interview is just unlike anything you've ever seen, and it's not something you want to wing at the last minute without getting brushed up on some business fundamentals. On top of the case interview, BCG is going to throw an extra hurdle your way. You'll be required to take their Pymetrics test, an online GMAT style test, and submit a 45-minute one-way video interview. The questions that you'll be asked to answer will be behavioral in nature. Be sure to stay concise and answer in stories. All right, so when are these deadlines? I'm glad you asked. BCG's is right around the corner and is on February 21st. Bain's is a few days after that, March 6th, and McKinsey's a few days after that, March 11th. Now is the time to prepare your resume and cover letter for a standout application. And as you're doing that, it's also time to start to get familiar with the case interview. The best way to do that? Work with our expert team. You can learn more through the links in the show notes. Once you apply and make it through the process, get ready to be wined and dined. McKinsey has already announced that their Insight program will be taking place in 4 cities across America. They'll be in Chicago, April 15th to 16th, San Francisco, April 22nd to the 23rd, Philadelphia, April 29th to the 30th, and Atlanta, May 6th to the 7th. It does not matter which weekend you apply for, although we recommend applying for the program taking place in the city that is closest to your target office. What about other firms? Do they offer bridge programs? They do. Clearview Healthcare Partners, which hires a lot of PhD and other advanced degree candidates, holds a summer program for those specifically interested in life sciences consulting. The application deadline and program dates for Connect to Clearview, as their program is called, have yet to be announced by the firm, although I expect those application deadlines to be somewhere in mid to late March. LEK also offers a 2-day program for PhD and MD candidates who are interested in life sciences strategy consulting. Again, the application deadline and program dates have not yet been announced by LEK, but I expect application deadlines to hit somewhere in mid to late March. So, if you're an advanced degree candidate looking to break into consulting, there is no better pathway than through these summer programs. McKinsey, BCG, Bain, LEK, Clearview, some of the top firms in the industry offer a dedicated pathway for you to get to know the firm, get to know the work, and get a leg up in the competitive full-time recruiting process. If you have a specific question about these programs or how to stand out, send a voice memo to podcast@managementconsulted.com. We'll be answering your questions in future episodes. For now, let me leave you with this. These programs are incredibly competitive, but it's worth the effort to submit a killer application. The candidates who score invites to these programs get unparalleled opportunities to network with current consultants, familiarize themselves with specific practice areas and offices, and get a leg up for full-time recruiting. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Strategy Simplified. As always, if you like what you heard, leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And remember, if you have a specific question you'd like us to answer, send a voice memo to podcast@managementconsulted.com. We'll be choosing questions to answer on a future episode. We'll see you next time.